But we're going to get through this shit. Okay, round two. So I got this book. Look at that blue. That bitch is pretty as shit. Nice spine. Beautiful cover. Pages. You can see there's wear on it. You probably can't see. But print looks good. Very thin paper. I love the feel of the old books that have like thin paper and it's illustrated, as you can see. From 1909. The print, you will need Event's mom to read this fucking book. Or a lot of lighting. But it's really fucking nice and beautiful. And I like it. This is the last one I got. It'll be a while before I buy some more because I've kind of dived deep, in the deep end, as you could say, into the book end of the pool. Now, I've talked about Shelley before. Again, he is I would say he's Moja almost tied with Byron as the second generation Renaissance guys. The Romantics. And I've talked about them before. I've told a story, at least as much as I know. Probably got some shit wrong. People get shit wrong. And that's how you learn from things. And hopefully, if I do, somebody might correct me. But some fun facts. I'm going to try to make this a little quick. Excuse me. Is he would electrocute himself for fun. He loved electricity. He loved chemistry. Besides writing, he was kind of besides poetry, he was kind of I guess a scientist. Not really. But, he did experiment with some shit, galvanization, shit like that. And yeah, I have my notes here, so I'm doing this ad lib. Um, but he would do it repeatedly. I think it was more of a fetish. Anyway, but he was fascinated with animating dead parts of not living things. And so that's where some people say his wife, Mary, got the idea of Frankenstein. Yes, she did write that. She created Frankenstein. Pretty dope. Gotta give it to her. He slept with a loaded pistol. Those are facts. He went through all these like weird fucking diets and shit. Like he for a while lived on like bread and like raisins and shit like that. Um, and like most artists, from what I know of myself, and I hate to call myself an artist, but I guess you could say I am. Um, I guess I don't like to call myself that, but people do, and I do create shit. So I guess you could say, by definition, I am. Is that usually they're fearless and paranoid at the same time. And for myself, I would say it's most definitely true. Because a lot of artists that I know, myself included, most definitely, uh, are paranoid about people they encounter, and things in life. And that is definitely true for me. Um, a lot of artists see through the windows of the soul of people. They can like I always tell people, give me about 60 seconds with you. Give me 1 minute. And I guarantee you tell you almost everything about yourself. Probably about 90% accurately. And it's true. Because I know. Because I've done it. And it's true. But let's get back to Shelley. I'm trying to check my notes here. Sorry about that. Um, he was known to just disappear wonder what year he was. I know I said what year, month he was born. I'm gonna check that in a second. I'll Google it. I wonder if he was an Aquarius. I don't think he was though, because that would sound like me. But anyway, he was known to suddenly wander off and disappear. He once set a tree on fire during a chemistry experiment. Again, storyteller. The Antigua crew, the neighborhood that I hung out in when I was a teenager. My friend Randall. I just bullshitting this. Is what I do. I tell stories. So again, Randall. he he would do some just weird experimental shit. The guy's a genius. A genius. He's an engineer, dropped out of high school. He works at some company in New Orleans, and he does some, from what I've seen, he does some cool ass shit. And he's always been that way. But Randall one time mixed up a bunch of chemicals and poured it on my friend Seth and Matt's tree in front of their house. Dude, a stink bomb. That's what he's trying to make. He used to have those little glass stink bombs you could toss. We used to toss them in the girls' locker room and shit in middle school. And dude, you could smell that shit for like 4 fucking weeks. From fucking 3 blocks away. You could smell that shit. It was fucking awful. It almost killed that tree. Like, it was disgusting. You could just smell it. It was awful. And I don't know. I'm supposed to be talking about Shelley, but fuck, I don't give a fuck. But there was one other thing you did. I know I've told the story before, but I still think it's fucking hilarious. I don't even know why he did it. Why not just use a shotgun? But, so his stepdad, my apologies. But, there was this car he used to drive down the street. And, it was a Porsche, I believe. And, at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I guess they were coming home from going out or whatever the fuck. And it would be blaring like Nirvana and, just loud ass music, And, Randall's like, fuck this guy. And so he was talking with our friend Calvin. And Randall's like, dude, I'm gonna just use a shotgun, dude. But Randall, this is what I believe. I wasn't there, but I definitely heard about it and I was there the next day. Thank God I missed all this fucked up ass shit. But he took a PVC pipe, for what I remember. It was a long time ago. And he emptied out a bunch of his stepdad's shotgun shells, the pellets, into the thing. And he did some, I can't remember, some other shit to it. But Calvin's like, if you do this, I'll hold it for you. So Calvin's a fucking idiot. So Calvin fucking knelt down. He said, I'll hold it for you. It's just the stupidest fucking thing ever. And so Calvin fucking held the thing like a bazooka. Like he got on, on his knees and fucking like held on his shoulder. And fucking Randall took a hammer and a fucking screwdriver and hit the back of it, and it fucking shut. It worked. He knew it worked. I mean, whatever he made worked to an extent. But and he did hit the car, hit it by its gas tank, just pelleted it a little bit. Didn't really do much, but it did a lot to his hand. 2 of his fingers like fucking fucked up like fucking hot dogs tossed into a microwave for too long. And so he run into Randall's garage, and he's just fucking, and he didn't even notice. But Calvin looked down. Calvin was deaf. He couldn't hear shit for like 3 fucking days. Because he had a stupid thing right next to his fucking ear. Oh, God, the dumbest shit I've ever heard of in my life. And he looked down. It's like, Randall, you bleeding? And he was probably like, Randall, you bleeding? Because he can't hear anything. So he's talking louder. Anyway. And so Randall's fucking 2 fingers were just fucking bleeding everywhere. So he ran across the street to our other friend's house, Seth. And Seth answered the door to Randall's just like bleeding on his porch. And so it's like, dude, nah, you ain't coming in my house, dude. I have nothing to do with this shit. And he closed the door. At least that's what I remember. It was a long time ago. But anyway, I know I'm supposed to be talking about Shelley, but just it's a funny fucking story. And Ron was taken to the hospital. And rumor has it, and I'm sure it's not true, but his mother, very nice woman, was a nurse. And so the hospital he went to, from what I was told, and rumors get exaggerated, I wasn't there. I don't know. But is that the rumor was that when the cops came to the hospital, because the cops talked to Calvin, but Calvin couldn't hear him. He was deaf. And I know I'm supposed to be talking about Shelley. Anyway, it's a nice book. But so the cops went and told the Calvin, he could hear a fucking word they were fucking saying from what I can remember. Again, Moja, I don't know, it was a long time ago. I'm probably getting a lot of this shit wrong, but I don't give a fuck. It's a nice story. And and so the rumor has it, and I'm sure it's not fucking true, but rumor has it that that his mom is a registered nurse, was not anymore. She's retired, I believe. Lovely lady, but is that he went to the hospital that she worked at. Obviously, she could rush him in, get shit done. So I'm assuming that's true. That's probably true. But the rumor has it, and again, I'm sure this probably ain't true. It might be, Mojo. But so the cops came over to the hospital and fucking they were asking about him. And rumor has it, and I'm sure it's a rumor, but his mom told the cops that he died. He never got in trouble for it, though. At least from what I remember. He never got no consequences. From what I remember. So, anyway, again, talking about Percy Shelley and stupid shit that people do. And, God, what a dumbass fucking shit. Oh my God. But that fucking stink bomb, Jesus Christ, he fucked up the whole fucking neighborhood for fucking months. So because he liked to electrocute himself, we're going back to Percy Shelley. Because he liked to electrocute himself, they called him Mad Shelley, the class. That was his nickname. He heard voices. He experienced visions, walking visions. Vivid walking visions. He claimed he met his own double. These are rumors. I don't fucking know. I don't know who Percy Shelley is. I'm 44. I didn't know this motherfucker. But according to research, this is what I found. And again, we're just talking about the book I got. It's a nice book. 1909. Beautiful smile. Gorgeous. Anyway. I don't know, you say a bunch of other dumbass shit. This is true. He thought poets were more important than politicians. And I agree with that. Because they're more honest. Yes, I mentioned this last time, that his death, I believe it was a custom-made boat. I could be wrong. It might have just been on a boat, but I believe he commissioned it and got it built. And As his wife said, and as I said before, it wasn't seaworthy. But that was a storm, and everybody, all hands on deck, drowned. And they identified his body. His body was all fucked up and bloated, like I said before. And they identified him by his clothes, and he had a book of John Keats on. And he was, I guess, close to Rome. And the I don't know this for a fact, and again, I said this before, but I believe that he was probably going to go visit Keats's gravesite. At least go to Rome. And I'm sure he probably would have stopped there. That's why he had the book on. Is what I think. I don't know. I didn't even bother looking up. I don't know. But he was close to Rome, and he was buried in the same cemetery as Keats. And they identified him by his clothes, and him having a book of John Keats on. Let's see if I have anything else. I mean, I think this is getting weird enough. Well, anyway, I think that's good enough. I'm not going to read the last story, but it's basically probably bullshit. But anyway, it's just fun, and it's a nice book. It really is. It's very beautiful, very pretty. Nice condition. 1909. Beautiful. Page is a little stained. I love the paper. The feel of it is just incredible. Again, illustrated. Printing is small as fuck. I'll probably never be able to read it unless I get Events Mom in here. But beautiful book. Just gorgeous. Again, it's the back couple pages. It's illustrated. Looks nice. It's all washed out. I don't do lighting. But it's a very nice looking book. I can't wait to dive into this one, even though I know most of the shit. I have two books on Percy Shelley, and it looks fantastic. Looks great. But you tell somebody fucking liked reading this one fucking poem. He's fucking folding out to that page. The back cover. Looks nice. Beautiful fucking book. 1909. Percy Shelley. Gorgeous. So, you just heard a bunch of nonsense from me. Anyway, go ahead, slap dicks, suck dicks, and fuck off.